My name is Colin and I'm a lead web developer at Unleashed Technologies. I'm really excited to be giving 2 talks at PHP Tech this year. The first talk we'll be giving is called Hacking Your Way to Better Security. In this talk, we'll be exploring several top security vulnerabilities, things like SQL injection, cross-site scripting, cross-site request forgery, and so on. But it won't be me just standing up there telling you, hey, you should do XYZ because I said so, because everyone else says so. No, what we want to do is demonstrate and understand what those vulnerabilities are in order to protect ourselves. So for each of the different vulnerabilities, I'll show an example of a vulnerable website, and then I'll show you exactly how to go about attacking it using that specific vulnerability. Once we understand how the vulnerability works and what kind of damage can be caused by it, then we'll have a really good understanding to go in and fix our code. The second talk I'll be giving is called Common Markdown Done Right. Now, I'm the lead maintainer of the PHP League's Common Mark library. This is basically a Markdown parser that's built on top of the Common Mark spec. And this spec goes into really fine detail into how exactly Markdown should be parsed. Now, you might be thinking, oh, it's pretty simple. If you have a couple asterisks, then you make the thing bold. If you have a URL inside of a less than or greater than sign, then auto-link it. Well, yeah, that is really straightforward. But what happens when you get into really weird combinations? What if you nest a block quote inside of a list with a different amount of indentation, and then you have horizontal rule, and then you have another list item after that? How does something like that get parsed? Well, if you tried putting that kind of markdown into different sites, like GitHub, or Reddit, or Stack Overflow, you might get different outputs. What the Common Mark spec does is define exactly how these situations should be handled, so that any parser that supports the spec, if you put your code into parser A and parser B and they both support it, you'll get the exact same outcome. And so I wanted to implement a markdown parser that does the exact same thing, and thus the PHP League's Common Mark parser was born. But not only does it adhere to the spec, which is awesome, it's also really extensible and really flexible. You can customize it to fit your own needs. You can easily add in your own syntax, you can modify the output of HTML elements and add your own, you can even navigate the abstract syntax tree that it provides and add and remove things before the rendering step. So it's really flexible and really good if you need this custom application of Markdown. And so in my talk, I'll be teaching you about the spec itself, how to get up and running with my Markdown parser, and then how to customize it to fit your needs. Now, hopefully these talks sound interesting to you, and I look forward to seeing you at the talks. Thanks.